Ciao Bella, welcome to Bello Uncinetto. I'm Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. I am going to do a yarn review. I have been looking for content and looking for things that I could add to the channel that wouldn't require me doing another project. And I know that some of this yarn may have been reviewed before. I am going to do my best to make sure that the yarns that I'm reviewing are still available for sale so that I'm not reviewing something you can't get. But also, if it's something that's not for sale, maybe you have it in your stash and you've never tried it and you want to give it a shot. So today, I am going to be doing James C. Brett Baby Twinkle Print DK. You can still get this at Wool Warehouse. It was £4.29 when I looked just a minute ago. And I can give you conversions, maybe. I did not have that ready, so let's see. So £4.29 is $5.78 for the dollar. And let's see what it is for the euro. €4.92. And let's see what it is. Let's just go crazy. Let's see, what is it in Canadian dollars? Woo, $8.06 Canadian. And let's look at the Australian really quick. $8.74 in Australian dollars. Okay, so really expensive in Canada and Australia, but relatively equal in the euro and the American dollar. I don't know. So one thing that I can tell you just from it being here in the skein or skein, however you say it, is that this twinkle, this sparkle, I can feel it. So when I rub my hands on it like this, I can already feel that thread in there. Now, I'm not going to say I can feel it all the way through, but just in touching it, I can feel that. This is a 66% acrylic, 29% polyamide, 5% polyester. It is machine washable. You can machine wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not iron. You can dry clean. It says do not dry. That's what this little triangle symbol means. It says to use a 4mm set of needles. It does not give a hook size. It's 270 meters or 270 meters or 294 yards. And this is the shade BTP34 because James C. Brett is super creative with its names. So I'm just going to pull some out here. I can't promise that it's not going to have yarn barf, but I'm going to try one way or the other to get some yarn out. Okay, well, there we are. Now I have to find the end, maybe. And I do have a scale that I kind of made / found online. So I will be giving this anywhere from 0 to 5 black cats, just because I thought it was cute. So this is the yarn and DK weight, and you can definitely see the sparkle in there. I am using a 4.5mm hook. I would go down, but I want to see how well this like expands and like how much stretch. And I crochet tightly, so I thought if I used a little bit bigger hook than what it recommends, I might actually not make it super tight. So we'll see. And this hook is something that I got on a trip, but the hook is not important other than it's an ergonomic aluminum head crochet hook. So We're just gonna start with a chain. So still pretty stretchy there. And I just did a chain of 12. And I'm just gonna do some basic stitches and we'll see how it frogs. I do try to go into the back bump when I'm doing my first row, just because when you flip it over, you have that nice line here for an edge to grab onto. It's not always possible, depending on the stitch and depending on what you're trying to do it like this, but if I can, I like to. Okay, it's always really fiddly, this first row. I'm trying. Let's see. I was still too tight. And now I can't get my hook through. But that is not the yarn's fault. That is my fault because I crochet very tightly. So far, I can still feel the twinkle, as you would call it, in my hands. And I did make sure to put lotion on my hands before I started because I just did dishes. And so the soap did dry out my hand. So I was like, let me go ahead and put some lotion on. That way anything texture-wise is not affecting how I feel about the yarn. And I can still feel the roughness of the twinkle. So that is a little bothersome. Yep, this is my fault. It's my fault, friends. I'm sorry. Maybe it'll get better. Or it won't. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So this is just single crochet. It still has quite a bit of bounce to it. It doesn't feel terrible necessarily, but like as I'm running this through my fingers, I can feel that twinkle thread there. All right, so let's do some half doubles. The hook is fine with the yarn. It's not catching or slipping or anything. Any tension with me getting it through so far has been just because I crochet tightly. It has nothing to do with the yarn itself. And I know that I've reviewed yarns in the past, but it's never been a staple on the channel. So I'm hoping that I can do this a little bit more often, just because, like I said, well, that one split, and that was not my fault. I am not crocheting a ton right now, mainly because I don't have a lot of time, and some of the projects that I have are time consuming, meaning they take a lot of concentration. So, oh, camera fail. Hold on, friends. Let's turn that back this way. Alright, let's try it again. I'm not going to edit any of that out. I'm just going to leave it in. Get my hook turned the right way and just keep going. But hopefully I'll have some more time here in the near future with some of the things that may be coming off my plate. I don't know. Alright, so that is half double crochet, that second row there. It is working up really nicely. It is self-striping yarn. The color changes aren't super quick, but they are um, kind of quick. So I'm just going to go for a double crochet here and see how all of this turns out. Because we were in this like really light teal color, and now we've moved into the white. And I just have 12 stitches. So I don't have, it's not a very long, oh, I don't know that you can see the color really well. There we go. So this is like a light teal color, almost like a seafoam green. And then it's already into the white, and I just did the base, a row of single crochet and a row of half double crochet. And we're already moving, this double crochet up here is already into the white. So if you were doing, that would be my cat, if you heard that. Go find out what that is in a little bit. But if you were doing a bigger blanket or something like that, then yeah, the color changes would come a little bit more quickly. So this wouldn't be something that you could necessarily color control, like to do stripes, like big long stripes necessarily. Let's see if you can, yeah, so you can see it's already turning into the white. I want to pull this up close to my face, but because I'm trying to keep it on the camera, that's why I keep going like this, and then I keep coming back. So I'm like, no, stay on camera. But anyway, I do think that, and you know, like I said earlier, I do think that, I know that there are yarn reviews out there, but doing something that, even if somebody's already reviewed this yarn, maybe I have a different opinion. Maybe it was cheaper or more expensive then, because lots of things are changing with regards to prices of things. So, alright, we're just going to do a little bobble stitch here and see how that works. Ooh, that's getting stuck. I can feel on the hook the twinkle part getting stuck on the hook, and this is just a regular metal hook. Nope, I don't like that. Okay, let's try it again. I definitely felt that getting stuck on there. I could hear it. I could hear it. I can still hear it on the hook. So that one wasn't as tight as the other one. Okay, let's try. I did go out the other day, and I drove by the yarn shop that I normally go to near my house. She was closed, so I'm wondering if she was closed for like, it wasn't Reposo time, so I wonder if something's going on. But then there are sometimes, like here in Italy in August, you have Ferragosto, And so the whole month of August, or at least 2 weeks in August, right around the 15th, uh, a lot of places close. In some towns, some parts of Italy, everything is closed. So unless you're dying, don't go to the hospital. That's not the case in every place, but some businesses choose to stay open, especially in more touristy places, and then they close after Ferragosto, because there's a lot of tourists that come in the summer. So they stay open for the business and then they close like September, October-ish. So maybe, I don't know. I didn't like stop to read the sign. I just saw that it was closed. And I was like, oh, I wanted to stop by and look at yarn. Not that I need to buy any right now. And not that I could buy any right now. But I wanted to at least stop by. Sorry, I do my best to keep our brand new little friend out of here. I keep the door closed when I'm not in here, but when I'm in here, he thinks, oh, I hear her in here. I want to come and investigate and see this place that I'm not allowed to be in. Especially because if I'm going to be making baby blankets and things, I don't want, cat hair. And so far, he's only played with my yarn a little bit, but ever since I got on to him, he's stopped coming around the yarn. So we'll see if he actually follows through with that and stays away from the yarn for good. So I did a little bit of a bobble, and then I'm just going to go back and do single crochet, and then I'm going to frog it out and see what it's like. Like I said, so far, only minimal problems. Oh, see there, that's the Twinkle. It split a little bit with the hook, and this is a blunt hook. It's not a sharp tip. It's not super pointy. But it is kind of able to grab a little bit, so but it shouldn't rip through that thread like that. See, it's also come off right there. So I'd be worried about using this for a baby blanket necessarily, depending on the stitch, depending on the tension. Everybody's a little different, right? All right. Again, my tension is getting the better of me. All right, so there we have it. A little stitch sampler, single crochet, half double, double, a little bobble popcorny stitch, and then another single crochet. So let's see how it frogs. We're just gonna go slow. Not too bad, even with those bobble stitches there. All right, and now we're getting into the, so even if up, it's catching on that little twinkle right there. Yep, it caught on that twinkle. But altogether not too bad for the one snag. All right, and there is a little bit of crimping, but again, that could be due to some of my tension. I don't know. But it's not too bad. I mean, it still has bounce in it. It still has some elasticity. So, oh, don't do that again. don't do that again. What would I rate it? Let's see. Would I be excited to see it? It would not be the first thing that I would grab off of a shelf. No. Would I be disappointed with it? No. So either end of the scale, I wouldn't say it's excellent. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I do not like the thread. I don't like the fact that I can feel it. That is very problematic for me, being able to feel that sparkly thread in there. Just gonna stuff this back in here because I'm not using, no one's gonna use this but me, so if it doesn't look pretty, it's fine. But I am gonna leave this tab out that I already started. So definitely not as pretty as when I got it out, but it's fine. This does come in a multitude of colors. They do have some new colors out that I saw on the James C. Brett website when I was researching it. Some like more neon-y, brighter colors. Not necessarily the pastel colors. And they do still have these, but they also have some more neon pops of color schemes as well. So I think that I would give this, let's see, what would I give this? I think I would give this just a normal rating. I would give this a 3. It's kind of in the middle. It's not, like I said, it's not my favorite. It's not the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. I don't want to give it away, right, and never use it again. But I am not super thrilled with it. So, I will put the Wool Warehouse link in the description box so that you can check out if it'll ship to you, if you're interested in it, if you want to look at some of the new colors. I'll also put the James C. Brett website. You can't buy it from the James C. Brett website, but you can at least maybe look up the color number and see where they might have it if they don't have that color at Wool Warehouse. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you all so much. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!